Xbox Game Pass, here are 10 suggestions for the month of May. Be sure to like the video, subscribing is great as well. So first off, we have Sniper Elite 5, the latest entry in this now long-running, sniping-focused franchise. It's about stealth, using the environment to your advantage, and making the right calls in order to eliminate the German opposition that is available in this French front. So it's got some different scenery, some different locations, and some advancements over the core mechanics of the previous games. That includes the likes of having an invading sniper going up against you and perhaps your pal as well, since it's got a cooperative campaign experience, so two players can work through it. There's replay value as you go to gather collectibles and do other challenges, alongside a competitive multiplayer PvP environment, alongside, well, a cooperative survival mode. So there's a lot of content, it's well-rounded, it's very well put together, and it's a lot of fun to play as you try to survive across a bunch of different scenarios. Microsoft Flight Simulator, Top Gun. So while we've, had Flight Sim when it first launched, well, now there's a whole Top Gun sort of expansion or addition to the game that's available. So head out into the skies and reach the danger zone as you use high-powered jets in order to blast across mountains over the terrain, or maybe even use a special stealth-esque jet fighter to really reach new heights. It is a pleasure to play, and Flight Sim is such an incredible experience. I was going to throw Jurassic World Evolution 2 in here, but I can't seem to get that game to load past the HDR menu settings selection, so we're throwing in Top Gun instead. It's fun. It honestly is. It's a really enjoyable experience. I've spent many hours flying around, and I'm sure you'll have fun doing so as well. Pac-Man Museum Plus. So the Pac-Man Museum continues to grow with a wide range of classic and iconic Pac-Man experiences. 14 different games come together to allow you to experience everything from classic Pac-Man to more advanced and also weird Pac-Man experiences. Now, I did notice a little bit of input lag on this one, so keep it in mind. But if you want to go in and have some fun with Pac-Man, whether that's by yourself or with others, the Pac-Man Museum offers just that. A wide range of really different weird Pac-Man things. There's like a Tetris Pac-Man, there's like an adventure Pac-Man, there's like a rolling weird, I want to say like pinball-esque, but not really pinball at all, but you're like rolling around maps Pac-Man. There's some weird Pac-Man options, and you can do this in a little arcade where you get to customize it. You keep unlocking new coins to unlock more stuff. It's Pac-Man, and, well, a lot of Pac-Man at that, so it's kind of a little bit crazy if you're into that sort of thing. NHL 22, the latest entry in the long-running hockey simulation series from EA Sports. So here we get various improvements, including upgrades and overhauls to the visual aesthetics, broadcasting improvements, and a number of updated features, modes, and offerings. There's updated rosters to the current era, and you get a number of different modes, from exhibition to online quick play options, the EASHL, where you get to play with others in a team format, which is kind of cool. There's the World of Chell for more fun competitive things. You've got threes, you've got creating your own player in the World of Chell to go wild, you got creating your own player and be a pro. There's franchise mode, there's seasons, there's other little tiny modes that kind of round out this experience. Play with mascots, play with regular players. It's robust, it offers a lot, and it's the only real hockey experience that we have for you to enjoy in the modern era. So that's NHL 22. This is Farming Simulator 22, continuing with the branded numbers of the year. Get out there on the farms and expand your territory as you become the ultimate farmer. You will be able to enjoy a wide range of authentic vehicles, tools, and accessories in order to really craft, manage, and run your very own farm. Play with others as well online. Download mods. Enjoy the large scope of what this farming experience has to provide for you as you grow a number of different crops around the different seasons that are present across a few different setup arenas, or locations, I guess you would say. Different biomes to tackle and handle as you aim to build your business up with varying difficulty choices. Become the ultimate farmer, hire AI, and get out there and have a good season because, well, you probably want to be the best farmer there ever was, or maybe you just want a simple life. Who's to say? Loot River, where you are moving through this winding series of rivers in a roguelike experience. It's almost as if you were playing Tetris and you need to fit the different slots together in order to progress and move across varying platforms in differing situations. Now, I did get stuck a couple times while playing, and I did notice that you don't really get a crazy sense of progression, but it is actually a very different sort of take on the genre, so I do appreciate that, and I think some might find it to be kind of intriguing because it is a different setup. Visually, it's quite pleasing. You get some cool weapons, you get some cool setups. I think it's got a good amount of a challenge to it. And after they smooth out some issues here or there, I think they've actually got a pretty unique sort of title going on, and something that you might find to be a bit intriguing, and definitely something a little bit unique and different, I would say, out of the genre. This is This War of Mine. Well, the final cut. This is the full version of the experience where you get the core game, and then you also get the extra side stories that you can choose to play. This is sort of a survival game where the idea is that you're not any sort of special character or trooper or soldier or anything like that. You're regular people in a town or city that's being sieged and destroyed. There's not much left. You need to gather supplies, you need to make risks and make choices that will definitely impact the health of the particular people that you're stuck with. It's different every single time because it's procedural and it's set up. So you get new characters, new names, new teams, and it's not something where things necessarily always turn out for the best. It definitely can totally fall apart, and it's an intriguing experience with a unique visual aesthetic to it that I think is quite fun and engaging, and like I said, a very, very different sort of game. This is Yuden Chronicle Rising, so this is like a sort of side-scrolling type of visual experience. It's actually quite different and visually fairly impressive. It's got a unique cast of characters that are set up in this sort of fantasy type world. You're going to have to battle your way through with, again, the backdrops and the aesthetic choice. It's a very interesting sort of game. I know this won't be for everyone, but I do think it actually has a distinct styling to it that might, make it something that some folks really get into. I think it's got a good amount of content to it, and this is something you might find to be rather intriguing and different from your Game Pass offerings that you've seen from the other titles that are present. This is Floppy Knights, which is, I guess, a bit of a turn-based, card-focused battling type game where you are given your character offerings and then you get these cards that come with them, and then you're able to move across the map and the different puzzles-like scenarios in order to eliminate and tackle the problems that have arisen on the map. You have fairly set restrictions in order how you're supposed to handle things. You're able to customize and improve your deck as you kind of progress and go along. Do you want more attacks? Do you want more moving options? You've got a set amount of energy you have to deal with. It's got a funky sort of narrative to it. It's definitely, I would say, a little bit of a different kind of offering for the Game Pass titles. And again, trying to find some variety choices for you to see different things throughout the game. Finally, there's Trek to Yomi, which is kind of a little brutally difficult, to be honest, and it gets a little repetitive, and the combat could be a little bit better. But this is a very neat journey that has such a distinct visual aesthetic to it. It's really quite gorgeous to take in. It's definitely indie in nature, but I think it actually goes a little bit beyond that. With really, really cool scenes, a good use of environment. The latter half of the game, a little bit strange, a little bit out there. Didn't love that part of it, but the beginning of the game was very, very intriguing and brutal and intense. So those are the suggestions for me. Again, liking the video is great, subscribing is great as well, and we'll be back with more Game Pass suggestions in the future.
己が身につけし技を見せて